Welcome to episode 3 of Hired. On today's show, you'll learn the number one barrier to success as I've discovered by talking with thousands of professionals, and I'll teach you how to overcome it. Plus, we'll do an interview with someone who has a totally non-traditional path and find out how you can change careers in a really effective way. And the blank of the day. The number one barrier to success that I've discovered is perfectionism. It's this need to be perfect in whatever you're doing. And I often meet with people who say, I can't go to a networking event because I don't know what to say, or I can't apply for that job because I don't think I'm a perfect match for it, or I can't take that class because I don't know if I'm going to use what I learn. Rather than always looking for reasons to stop yourself from trying something new or stepping outside of your comfort zone, resist the urge to be perfect and try it and see what you get out of it. The people who are making, I think, a lot of progress are the ones who are looking for opportunities to be imperfect. They're looking for ways to learn. They're looking for people to meet. They're looking for opportunities to find out more about themselves by putting themselves in uncomfortable situations like going to an event where they know nobody, or applying for a job that they really don't know if they can do, but seeing if there's a good match. So I want to encourage you to step outside your comfort zone and allow yourself to be imperfect and do something badly just to see how you react to it and see if it's something that you could potentially really enjoy and could be a good career choice for you. Welcome to our first installment of the Non-Traditional Path series. One question I'm commonly asked by people I meet with that are interested in changing careers or just looking at other options, they always ask me if other people have the same questions. Like, do other people completely switch careers, midway through or after they graduate or while they're still in school? And my answer is that it's different for everyone. And I wanted to highlight a couple people who have done just that. They have taken their education or their experience or their interests and made shifts depending on what makes the most sense in their life. So today I'm interviewing Seth Mansur, and I have him here because I'd like to find out his path, what made him decide to kind of switch and take on some new endeavors, and maybe he can share some ideas with you if you're interested in doing the same. So welcome, Seth.
Thank you, Angela.
First, I want to start with what it is that you currently do, and just tell us, what that entails.
Right. So I'm a part-time middle school science teacher, and that's pretty much in line with what I did at UMass. I'm a 2008 BDIC alumni. And the other part of what I've been doing over the last year is I'm an entrepreneur where I own a chain of franchises on the internet through shop.com. Mm-hmm. And through shop.com, we retail private label products ranging from a nonprofit fundraising program that I work with, as well as website solutions, custom nutritional products, as well as about 50 million partner store products. And so that's where customers get anywhere between 2 to 50% cash back for shopping through one of our web portals.
Okay. So teaching and running this business don't seem to have a lot of parallels, but tell me what made you make that switch and say this is something I'd like to try.
Absolutely. Well, the economic recession has been really tough for teachers. Mm-hmm. And so as a young teacher, I'm not tenured, and I recognized not only am I not making very much money teaching, but as far as long-term stability, I was just looking for a little bit more. And so thankfully, I was introduced to the franchise opportunity through shop.com, and compared to a conventional franchise like a McDonald's or a Burger King, that's anywhere between $150,000 to $1 million. And that's really not feasible for someone my age. And so the really low price point for starting a franchise through shop.com really attracted me, and realized that I could work 10, 15 hours a week instead of 70 or 80 for a conventional brick and mortar franchise.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned earlier that shop.com is really aligning itself to become a competitor for Amazon.com. Would you recommend that people look for these kinds of small startups, these maybe smaller companies that are on the rise,
and look for ways to get involved and kind of see if there's opportunities to maybe have creative involvement or just have a say in the development of the business over joining something that's already more established?
That's an interesting question. If you join something that's more established, so Shop.com has been around for now 20 years, and every year they come up with new programs you can work with. Like if I wanted to own my own record labels through the company, I could do so, and it's quite versatile. So I enjoy the stability of working with a company that's been around for at least 20 years for that reason, is that I know it's not going to just fail overnight. But there certainly are a lot of opportunities for working with, I guess, startup companies, but there is certainly that risk of, are they going to be there tomorrow?
Who else do you think would be a good fit for this type of job?
Really, anyone looking for something more in life, whether they're not feeling like they're satisfied with how much they're getting paid, they just don't have enough time freedom to spend time with their family and friends, and particularly money. It's really tough finding a job that will not only pay you what you're worth, but will continually pay you more every year that you put in more time.
So what advice would you give to someone who's thinking about making a change in their career?
Well, first, recognizing that you're looking for something more, whether, like I said, whether it's more money, time freedom, looking to use your skills more effectively. That's the first step. And then the second step is to evaluate your options and look whether you want to start your own business, a franchise, what type of franchise would you own, and then get your questions answered from there.
Excellent. So what would you say has been your secret to your success or happiness so far?
Well, I'd have to say my openness. When I was a BDIC student at UMass, I changed my concentration about 3 to 4 times, and it definitely evolved throughout my course at UMass. And that was because each course I took, or each internship or experience, definitely opened my horizon to the different possibilities out there. And if I had just stayed in one track and one major, then I probably would have stagnated and not really reached my full potential.
Excellent. So openness, I think, is definitely huge, especially for people who think that they need to be focused in one area, and if they go off that path, that they've somehow failed. So that's great advice. How can people reach you?
Absolutely. So I have a website, www.sethmansur.com, as well as you can email me, info@sethmansur.com. And my last name is Mansur.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you for coming in today. If anyone is interested in learning more about shop.com, you can go to shop.com.
Today's blank of the day is a quote that I really liked by Nate Bennett. Nate Bennett is the author of the book Your Career Game, and his quote is network or not work. And I like to ring to that because I'm constantly telling people about the value of networking and building relationships, and he pretty much summed up everything that I believe in, and that's just, if you want to work and you want to excel and you want to build a strong career, then you need to meet people. So network or not work. Next week on Hired, I'm starting a new series. It's a Networking 101 series. Every week for 4 weeks, I'll give you another piece of information so that you can build a strong networking plan. We'll also do another interview for our non-traditional career series with Dana Wild, who is a local artist and has a lot of plans for bringing her art to the community. And for our wild card, we're going to do a question of the week. And this question comes up often. It also is a good match with the non-traditional career series. It's, how do I change careers and what's the best way to start? And of course, we'll do the blank of the day.